Next.
At Detroit Metro Airport,
Hello, how you doing?
Fine.
a traveler arriving from Japan says he's bound for Memphis.
Why do you go to Memphis? What are you gonna see there?
Bruce.
Blues?
Yes.
What's your job that you do?
Morning newspaper.
Oh, you deliver newspapers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He said that he was a paper boy, which you don't get paid a lot of money for that. How much money do you travel with today?
$1,500.
$1,500?
He says he plans to stay in the States for 5 weeks before embarking on an extended holiday.
Where do you go when you leave the United States?
San Jose, Costa Rica.
Costa Rica? Why do you go to Costa Rica?
I want to travel South America.
How many bags do you have packed? Just one. So you're traveling around the world and all you have is one bag.
Yes.
The story didn't make sense. The more questions I asked, the more I was thinking, I'm gonna have to refer this guy to secondary. Just come down this way, I'm gonna walk you to the back.
At the International Mail Facility in Chicago,
We have what appears to be drug paraphernalia.
the day starts off with a bong.
Although some states do allow marijuana, it is against federal law.
And so is pot paraphernalia.
So we do not allow this in. Sometimes we do seize them if there's a large quantity of them, but today it's just going to be returned to the sender. Anything that crosses international borders has to be inspected. When I'm looking on the screen, I'm making sure that it matches its description. So that last box I'm going to grab, there's something in there. And this package is coming from China. On the top, it's just a little Buddha. But if you pull the bottom out of this, there's all sorts of stuff taped up here. And they're fake IDs. Now, our biggest concern on counterfeit documents like this is just making sure that someone that wants to do harm to our country does not get them. We will be seizing these today. You pick up the mail, you feel it. If something doesn't feel right, I'm gonna open it. I feel something in this packet, and actually all these packets. So I'll throw a couple of them through the X-ray machine. I just don't like what I see on that, so I'm gonna open those packets.
The Peace Bridge in Buffalo, New York, is one of the busiest bus crossings on the northern border.
When buses arrive, they go to a special area. We'll inspect all of those passengers and their belongings before they are able to enter the United States.
Today, this Canadian is off the bus and under examination.
Her travel was a little suspect. She was coming in and out fairly often, going to visit her boyfriend. What do you do for work?
Right now I'm a student.
We searched through her luggage and found what we believe to be marijuana. We're going to do a test kit on the substance to ensure that it is what we think that it is. Each kit tests for a specific narcotic. We believe this to be marijuana, so we're using a specific test pouch that should turn to a purplish color. Which, there it goes right there into the purple. The material has tested positive for marijuana. Pat-downs will be conducted on her as well.
We just have to make sure you have nothing else anywhere on you.
And officers are searching for more.
Pat-downs turned out to be negative. We have 0.7 grams. All right, so I'll explain what's going to be happening now. Because you had the marijuana in your possession, there's a $500 fine. If you don't have the money, there's a promissory note that we're going to fill out. Okay? And essentially, you can't come back to the United States until that's paid. The second part, because you had the marijuana on you today, you're not going to be able to come into the U.S. So we're going to be sending you back to Canada. We're going to be seizing the drugs. We're going to also refuse that person entry into the United States.
So will I not be able to go, be able to ever go into the U.S. again or something?
No, you can come back into the United States, but we're going to be doing our due diligence, making sure that you're not having anything on you and things of that in the future. So the bus company brought you in.
Yeah.
The cab will take you back into Canada. When it comes to marijuana, any amount is legal into the United States under federal law.
So you're traveling around the world and all you have is one bag.
At Detroit Metro Airport,
The more questions I asked, the more I was thinking, I'm gonna have to refer this guy to secondary. Just come down this way.
a Japanese traveler is starting his extended holiday with 5 weeks in the US and only $1,500.
Then after Memphis, you're going to New York.
Yes.
How long will you be there?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay, where will you stay for 3 weeks?
My friend's house.
The traveler claims he and his friend are planning a trip to Central and South America.
So you have $1,500. Okay.
Yes.
You have credit cards too?
I don't have credit card.
This is enough money for your whole trip?
Yes.
A subject 20 years old traveling for an extended period of time without sufficient funds is a little unusual.
When do you go back to Japan?
About half a year.
Half a year?
Yes.
How are you going to pay for a whole half-year vacation?
My friend. My friend.
Your friend is paying for everything?
Yes.
How long have you known him?
1 month.
1 month?
Yes.
So you knew your friend for 1 month, and you're going to go on a 6-month vacation with him that he will pay for?
Do you have your friend's phone number?
This is.
The officer makes the call.
Yes, we've got a gentleman here. He says he's coming to visit you. And how do you know him? Okay. He said you guys were going to Colombia. Is that correct as well? Colombia and Costa Rica? All right, yeah, bye. What do you think you told me?
I don't know.
We contacted the person that he was scheduled to spend time with.
He's not even in America right now.
That person was not expecting him.
So who are you going to stay with right now?
In Chicago,
A bong, fake IDs.
officers at the International Mail Facility are on a roll.
I feel something in this packet, and actually all these packets. So I'll throw a couple of them through the x-ray machine. I just don't like what I see on that, so I'm gonna open those packets. Inside the bag, there is a pen. On the inside are all these little baggies, and it's different marijuana seeds. It is like pulling needles from a haystack. The smugglers are very smart.
But this time, they weren't smart enough.
We will seize them and decide if they need to be destroyed. You really have to just start looking at different packages to know what the trends are. That's my job, to intercept that and to seize those.
A trip across the line may involve a detour through secondary inspection.
Are you guys just gonna go around that white pole over there and inside where it says enter here?
For travelers, waiting for a final decision can be a nail-biter. At the Peace Bridge in Buffalo,
Come on.
Andy the detector dog and his handler are cleaning house in secondary inspection.
People have been known to come into the waiting room area with stuff, and before they go up to see the officer, they tuck it away somewhere.
What do you got?
Come on.
Andy shows an interest in one of the garbage cans.
This is not the pleasant part of the job. The only thing in there really was a bottle of water and some empty coffee cups. The only thing that was weird was this item in my hand. I don't know what it is. Good boy. Probably just get a couple test kits and just put a little bit in there to see.
All right, let's see what we got here. So you're just walking by and the dog alerted to the garbage?
Yeah.
Is that all it was?
Yeah, and like I said, I've gotten joints in there before, and
Yeah.
so I figured that's all it was gonna be.
The dog alerted to it, so we gotta check it out at least. We don't really know by looking at it what it was. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. Have you?
Never.
We're just gonna try a couple different tests here, but See if it activates. This is a heroin test. That's a negative. If this one's positive for cocaine, there'll be a blue on the bottom and then pink on top. So, and I see no blue in there. That'll be negative for cocaine. Now we'll just try another general narcotic test. This is clear. It's looking pretty negative to me. Maybe he was just hungry.
Unfortunately, it didn't come through for any known narcotic. We're just going to discard it so no one gets their hands on it because we don't know what it is.
At JFK International Airport,
Who'd you stay with in Peru? Your father.
a U.S. resident arriving from South America is randomly selected for inspection.
Coming from a source country, we check his documents, we'll look at his bags. How much money are you traveling with today?
Right now?
Right now. How much? 200? You have any more of this stuff?
The traveler is packing live plants.
You sure there's nothing in that bag?
No, no more.
You
That's
sure?
all. Yeah.
That's the only thing?
100%.
100%?
Yes.
100%. That's not allowed, prohibited. Yeah, sorry. Anytime it's like fresh, you can't bring it in.
All right, boss.
I found kind of like a homemade material belt. See that? It's like a homemade belt.
It's definitely for a big guy, too.
Yeah.
This is yours?
Yep.
Looks like it was concealing something. People are trying, as we speak, to get narcotics into this country.
In Detroit,
Where will you stay for 3 weeks?
My friend's house.
Customs and Border Protection contacts the U.S. friend of a Japanese traveler on a 6-month trip around the world.
All right, yeah, bye. What do you think you told me?
I don't know.
That person was not expecting him.
He's not even in America right now. So where are you going to stay?
A motel.
But how much does a hotel cost?
15, 20.
$15 or $20 for a hotel?
Yeah.
$100. What are you going to do for food?
Food.
Yes, food. How will you pay for that?
My money.
How much money do you have?
50, 100.
To last you half a year?
Yes.
The ambitious plans did not match the amount of money that he had coming into the United States.
A translator is called in.
Okay, tell him he doesn't have enough money to come to the U.S. today.
自身の、
もっとありますよ。
He has more.
Where?
いや、いろんなところ。
He has in various places.
Let me see it. $1,500. $1,900. Okay.
これが全てです
He said that's all he has.
$2,200. $2,350. Got like $2,400.
But that's still
Yeah.
not enough.
One of the things the officers look for is, do you have enough money with you at this time to support your travel?
Do you have a ticket back to Japan?
Yeah.
Where?
I know I don't have.
You don't have one?
Yeah.
How are you going to get back to Japan then?
In New York City,
Look at that. It's like a homemade belt.
officers examine a U.S. resident returning from Peru.
It's definitely for a big guy, too.
Yeah.
This is yours?
Yep.
The belt looks like it was concealing something. It's like plastic things in here. I mean, it's not drugs. I determined that it was free of narcotics. I don't understand. What are you...
Too heavy, to lift heavy stuff.
Like a lifting belt? What are you lifting?
I'll explain to you. You don't understand when you saw the video. Yeah, ceremony, something like that.
He's saying something with his tradition.
Oh.
You see?
So look, this is when he carries this thing. Wait, the guys are in the way. The big thing.
He's showed me a video of what he uses this belt for lifting very heavy objects, kind of a part of a ceremony.
That's what I needed.
That's why you need the belt?
Yep.
All right, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, buddy, lock it up.
The first time they do that to me, but it's very, very nice because it's for safe to everybody, you know?
At Detroit Metro Airport,
1,500.
a Japanese traveler hopes his stash of cash will bankroll a 6-month vacation in the US and Latin America.
2,200.
But there's one big-ticket item he's forgotten.
Do you have a ticket back to Japan?
Yeah.
Where?
I know I don't have.
You don't have one?
Yeah.
He's got no ticket onward from Costa Rica. He's just going to go to Costa Rica. That's it.
南アメリカ。
He was gonna get a job in South America.
Was he gonna look for a job here too?
いや、アメリカは旅をしようと思ってました。
In the United States, he was just gonna travel.
None of the answers that this young man gave show sufficiently that they were a valid traveler for tourism.
He's gonna have to go back to Japan today, and it's gonna cost him $1,100.
Since the airline he arrived on has no return flights tonight, the traveler will have to pay for a ticket on another airline or wait till tomorrow to fly for free.
If he waits till tomorrow, he's gonna have to spend the night in jail, then go back tomorrow.
入れないです。
He's asking, I'm not coming into the United States.
If he waits till tomorrow and go to jail, he won't have to pay anything, but he really doesn't want to go to jail tonight.
払いません。
He's not gonna pay.
He's gonna go to jail overnight.
では留置場に。
That's his final decision.
Yes.
When we explain to people that they will be housed overnight and we explain to them that it will be jail, it is uncommon for them to choose jail.
You have chosen not to pay for a return ticket today, and you will subsequently be housed at a detention facility overnight. Would you talk to him, have a heart-to-heart, and see if you got to get him to go home today? I don't know what jail is like in Japan, but well, we're gonna take him.
そんな日本で思っている留置所とは違うところですよって言われてるんですけど、本当にそれでいいんですか？
いや、払いたくないです。
He doesn't want to pay for it.
All right.
He chose to go to jail overnight and go back out the following day.